Welcome to the latest edition of Kernels from the Cornfield. No husks, no hulls, no shucks. News with a dash of commentary to spice up your fare for Friday, July 4th, 2014. Happy birthday, America! Today, the US of A celebrates its 238th birthday. It was like with any birth, one that was born of travail, crying, shouts of glee, bloodshed, and even death. Truly, the continent was in heavy labor as the push and screams of thousands were heard around the world. Read my tribute to American independence. Happy birthday, US of A. Tragedy turns more tragic. The tragic death of a toddler left in a hot car while his father worked turned even more tragic during Thursday's 3-hour probable cause hearing, in which the father, Justin Ross Harris, was bound over for trial on a charge of felony murder without bail. During the hearing, an investigator said that Harris had 6 different personalities and alternate personas. This has one wondering which personality is responsible for the death of this little boy. Testimony also seemed to implicate the mother as being complicit in the horrendous act. It is not known at this time if she may also be facing charges. Not so limited, after all. The ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this week that Hobby Lobby did not have to provide for 420 contraceptives due to religious beliefs was supposed to be limited in nature. At least that is what Justice Samuel Alito, who wrote the opinion, stressed over and over. That is seeming less and less the case. Thursday, the court sided with Wheaton College, a religious college in Illinois, that it did not have to sign a waiver that would allow the government or the insurer to provide contraceptive coverage for free without involvement of the college. The court's 3 female justices dissented with vigor. The justices noted that what they had feared would happen is happening as a result of Monday's ruling. A floodgate has been opened. My thoughts on Monday's decision are found in Splitting Hairs, Gets Right Decision. Arthur's in town. Most of Thursday's news was dominated by Hurricane Arthur. The storm ran onto shore in North Carolina as a Category 2 hurricane, but has now waned to a Category 1 as it has turned back to sea. No lives were lost and damage was minimal, but how Arthur will be as it tracks north remains to be seen. Showdown. It's another showdown between Immigrant Service and Border Patrol officers and citizens of Murrieta, California today. A group opposed to transporting and detaining illegal immigrants from Texas to a detention center in the community successfully blocked that move on Wednesday. Another expected transfer today will be met once again by those who want the government to ship the migrants back to their host countries immediately and not provide detention in their community while hearings are held on each illegal alien. Cauldron bubble. The seething cauldron continues to bubble and boil in Israel and the West Bank. Tension has erupted into rock throwing and rubber bullets between Palestinian protesters and Israeli police. Hamas in the Gaza Strip continues to lob bombs into Israel. Israel in turn continues to respond with bombing attacks. Will it lead to another all-out war between Hamas and Israel, which may pull Lebanon and Jordan into the fray? Not giving up the fight. Chris McDaniel, the Tea Party candidate, who went nose-to-nose with Senator Thad Cochran in the Republican primary in Mississippi over a week ago, refuses to take his bat and go home. McDaniel is determined to find thousands of irregularities in the election in which Cochran appealed to black voters, mostly Democrats, to help him win. McDaniel on CNN this morning said he didn't care if the law was followed or not. He would not back down. The loser needs to concede. If he hopes to ever be politically viable, the longer he keeps throwing a temper tantrum, the less it is about public service and the more it is about him personally. McDaniel also refused to say if the courts and election officials uphold Cochran's win, whether he will support Cochran in the November election. Along with his supporters, McDaniel is highlighting Mississippi, the state of my grandparents, my dad and the state, my grandparents, my dad, and my aunt were born, the home of Elvis Presley, as a state mired in racial politics of long ago, which need buried. Chris McDaniel, shut up, sit down, and go away. You're giving Mississippians a bad name. That's what caught my attention for Friday, July 4th, 2014. Tune in Monday for another episode of Kernels from the Cornfield. Wishing everyone a very enjoyable and happy 4th of July weekend. I am Mark Ivy. Good evening.